Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see the prenatal diagnosis. And what are the tests for prenatal diagnosis? There are invasive tests or non-invasive tests. The invasive test includes CVS, chorionic villus sample, amniocentesis, chordocentesis, and fetal tissue biopsy. There are some non-invasive tests also, which is fetal DNA in maternal serum, finding fetal DNA in maternal serum, FDNA. It's a double FDNA, free fetal DNA in maternal serum. Okay, what is our goal for this kind of procedures? We need adequate DNA tissues of the fetus, or in some case we need amniotic fluid sample for diagnosis of our diseases, prenatal diseases. Once we get a DNA sample, once we get fetal tissue, what we do with them? We either do karyotyping, we do FISH, or might we do chromosomal microarray analysis for finding of any congenital abnormalities, chromosomal disorders. We need DNA tissue, and then we do karyotyping, FISH, or CMA. Now, what are the indication to do all this prenatal diagnostic test? When the female's age is more than 35, there is a very increasing chances of having congenital abnormalities. So we start investing them after 35 years old, female. But if the female has twins and other multi-fetal pregnancies, we should start screening from 31 of year age of the female partner. I'm talking about is female partner. And also when there is a history, there is a multiple abortion, more than 3 abortion, and one of the parent is a carrier of some diseases, or there is the increased risk of neural tube defects. Entity risk also comes smoking, previous history, like that. Drug like anti-epileptic drug use, all this kind of high risk patients, we should do what? This prenatal diagnostic test. Now we have shown here the two main modalities of getting fetal tissues. The one is chorionic villus sample, and the second is amniocentesis. We will just see and compare them. The chorionic villus sample should be done at 10 to 13 week. What we do in chorionic villus sample, we just get the villi tissue by using a needle. The route of the needle can be also transabdominal or transcervical under USG guidance. What we get here, what tissue we get is the trophoblastic cells. And when we do amniocentesis, we do it as 14 to 16 week, means it's in second trimester. CVS can be done in first trimester, as early as 10 weeks. And the amniocentesis can only be done after 14 weeks, so it is going to be in second trimester. Now, what are the advantages of chorionic villus sample over amniocentesis? Is that in CVS, what we get is a ready-made cells from which we can extract DNA. We don't need to do a culture. But when we do amniocentesis, what we get is the amniotic fluid, and in the amniotic fluid we find fetal cells, and that fetal cells we need to grow them and to get the adequate sample for DNA. So we need a culture, cell culture, in case of amniocentesis. Now, there is very important thing, the risk of the fetal loss is obviously more in CVS, that is 1 to 2%. and it is very less, actually very less, 0.3 to 0.5% in the amniocentesis. So safety wise, amniocentesis is very good. So this thing we need to see if we want a very genetical diagnosis right now and as early as possible, we should go for CVS. But if we are not that in hurry, we can go for amniocentesis, because the test of amniocentesis after cell culture, it takes like again 4 to 6 weeks for a culture, and then again the testing of the cells, we need more 1 or 2 weeks. Some advantages of amniocentesis over CVS is that we need to get the amniotic fluid, and amniotic fluid is a very important tissue to examine. For example, fetal lung maturation, we need to see the lecithin sphingomyelin ratio. We can see the hemolysis in that, in case of RH immunity problems. We can identify the meconium present in that. So there are some advantages also there related to other obstetric problems. And as usual, in amniocentesis we also get the DNA tissues and all the sex-linked diseases, trisomies, all the nuclear problems we can even identify in the amniocentesis also. Now, again, what are the contraindication or complications of this both procedures? Again, when we do a CVS, there is a fetal loss of 1 to 2%. There may be bleeding PV. There may be infection. There may be hemorrhage. So it's like on every surgery, we got the same kind of complication, that is infection, hemorrhage. And in both these cases, if the mother is RH negative, there is definitely a chance of RH isoimmunization, though we need to give proper NTD doses to the mother prior to doing these procedures. Now, chordocentesis. Chordocentesis is actually not done nowadays. It only done in when we need to do intrauterine fetal transfusion in case of proven case of RH isoimmunization, and the fetal loss is absolutely more in chordocentesis, that is 1.5 to 2%. Now the very important aspect of prenatal test is this non-invasive pre-diagnostic test. It's very important test. What we do in this thing, we take blood sample of the mother and we find some fetal free floating DNA into the maternal serum and do test them. Okay, so this is again all the things we are doing with CVS, we are doing with amniocentesis, we can do with this NIPT test, non-invasive pre-diagnostic test. But the problem is, it is not a confirmatory. It's not confirmatory. It's only just a sign that we need to again confirm if we got some positive results in that. So friends, these are the actually tests. When there is a when we do genetic diagnosis, we obviously do karyotyping and we get all this trisomy 18, trisomy 21, trisomy 21 which is a Down syndrome. It is very important to diagnose, and also we get some other problems. Cftr mutation. In case of Cftr mutations, what we need to know is we need to test first one parent. If the one parent is a carrier, then we should proceed with this Cftr mutation test, because Cftr, the cystic fibrosis, is a autosomal recessive disease, and for autosomal recessive disease to be present, there need to be both parents to be infected, both involved, both parents. So if one parent is negative, then obviously we don't need to do Cftr mutation test for the fetus. It's same with the thalassemia also. So thank you for the listening.